Sikubingelele sikwamukele sawubona igama lami ngingumfanelo ngowakwaDzanibe isibongo namhlanje njengalokho ke siza kuwe khoma sikwethulela umbiko lapho ke sizothi uhulumeni wesifundazwe saseGauteng oholwa ke uyena ezonikezwa nje ngalolu hlelo ke lokugraduate lapho sikhona se iyajoin ke endaweni ke yaso singaqinisekisa ukuthi ke abantu okuyibona abangabantu abasha abebengasebenzi abangena ke kulolu hlelo bezokunganiselwa 600 kanti ke futhi ezikoleni ezila kulesi ayisikhombisa no 71 ukusho ukuze ke bekwazi ukuthi ke funde noma behlomule ngamakhono kulolu suku ke lwanamhlanje kusemphelandaba kulolu suku lwanamhlanje ke sibafise inhlanhla futhi ke sibabongele ukuthi ke bakwazile ukuthi ke ayibandakanye nalo lolu hlelo ake singene ngaphakathi ukuze ke sibone ukuthi kwenzakalani.
They received those skills in the Republic of South Africa. When on a country that has been deliberate over the years in training our people as artisans. Very proud today that will help shape food on the table. Those doing carpentry, I also did a bit of it. Mariaruna nebitiwa woodwork at high school. I did woodwork for supported education, structured just in that. But that was an introduction to carpentry, and I'm proud that some of you as carpenters of Johannesburg is involved in major development called mega mixed housing projects. And the projects we now, as we deliver on social housing, as we deliver on RDPs, as we deliver flips, we build kitchens, and carpenters have an opportunity to look and find for those contracts. So the city must then be deliberate on how do we create space for this particular cohort to find that opportunity because it's already there. We do a lot of plumbing. We're experiencing 10,000 pests every month, both on sewer, on water, throughout Johannesburg. Members would have an opportunity, and the city of Johannesburg must create an environment conducive cohort to find space and test your skills and deliver on helping us to deal with applying challenges in Johannesburg. So I want to wish you good luck and success. None of you uloiwe. When the opportunities are not there, Oscar uloiwe. Now giving you a tool to use that tool to find something to put food on the table. Awaloiwa. Premier ufile chance, ufile opportunity. Zamande lolwana because bophilo kabubona kentwa. Impilo impi, sonke sambeni siyoyilwa lempi. We cannot just sit and do nothing. The Secretary General of the ANC always says, "Uzothola kanjani uhleli ekhoneni." So ngiyanicela nani sukumani ngeenyawo, senine tool, nine experience you have been given. So hambani niyolo. Premier kokugcina nyabonga mfowethu ukuthi uze nale program nekhona ama colleagues wakho ni implement. Ungadinwa maningi ama program kusamele siwaye ukuyisa mphathi yethu. Ngibonga kakhulu ngifisela inhlanhla la ngiphuma khona kuleso leli lishaya isigubhu bavele bathi mndimo waleze handle. Amen.
I did not know that the mayor is a man of God, but nonetheless, we say amen to you too. At this point in time, I'm going to ask the lady who was given the responsibility to coordinate and make sure that all of us who are in this room, at any time we were able to be directed to, and her name is none other than Advocate Alison Bankston, the Director of Education. Can we welcome her, ladies and gentlemen, as she comes to talk to us about the program? Let me tell you what she will introduce the videos play, and she will tell us what to do.
Thank you, Panyaza, Lesufi, and special to the MECs present, Executive Mayor and Deputy Executive Mayor of the City of Johannesburg, Director General of and Program Director of the Day, the CEOs of MECs and Sibono, boards, all officials in government, representative government partner organizations, all the parents and guardians, and most importantly, the participants of the UYSDI, parents and guardians, and most importantly, the participants of the UYSDI. Good evening. He wants to utilize, in order to provide skills to the unemployed youth, he wants to leverage off the existing infrastructure that government owns, which is the 113 schools that offer technical subjects, and to utilize our teachers to train the unemployed youth in the province. The utilization of these 113 schools was also to be able to make sure that we are able to decentralize the sites of training so that you as participants would not have to use money to travel to the different sites. The Premier then entrusted the GDE with the responsibility of coordinating the program, and we embraced the opportunity and immediately commenced with the consultation and planning processes to implement the UYSDI program under the umbrella of Nasi iSpani 2.0. This was done in collaboration with Sibono, Matthew Goniwe, and GCRA. In terms of how we recruited our participants, yourselves, the participants were selected from more than 550,000 applicants from the GCRA Nasi iSpani database. SMSs were sent to more than 78,000 applicants who met the minimum requirements as per the entrance criteria for the various training courses. More than 15,000 of the applicants responded positively. The recruitment process took place between the 1st of August 2025 and the 5th of September 2025. Prospective participants were invited to training sites within their communities to complete the formal applications. Verification processes were conducted in collaboration with the Provincial Treasury to confirm applicants' authenticity and eligibility. A total of 2,810 applicants were targeted for the program. However, this target was not reached during the initial recruitment process because not all the training sites managed to reach the allocated number of participants. The authenticity and eligibility of the additional participants was also reviewed and approved before being formally placed at training sites. Ultimately, we had a total of 2,686 participants enrolled in the program. Unfortunately, some participants did drop out of the program, and it's not all for bad reasons. Some of them got jobs and were able to pursue their career paths. And some were obviously, we then replaced some of them. In total, we have a total of 2,613 participants who completed the training program, which means that we only had a dropout of about 73 participants. The program focused on relevant, high-demand technical skills. So these are the courses: welding and metalwork, automotive, in other words, doing basic car services, tire change, oil change, brake pad replacements. We also offered plumbing, domestic plumbing, power systems, domestic installations, electronics, repair of electrical appliances such as kettles, irons, washing machines, etc., painting and decoration, woodworking and carpentry, bricklaying and plastering, tiling and paving, as well as grass cutting and landscaping. The training program ran for 40 days from the 6th of September 2025 until the 31st of January 2026. And it happened on Saturdays and during school holidays. We used a blended approach to the training, combining classroom theory with intensive practical training, entrepreneurship development, and completion of projects. Portfolio of evidence that was also developed. So all these activities were documented and packaged into an individual participant's portfolio of evidence. Curriculum development was aligned with labor market needs and benchmarked against the Quality Council for Trades and Occupation Standards, the QCTO. This ensured that the participants received training that was credible, relevant, and responsive to industry expectations. A key strength of the program was the collaboration with industry partners who came on board to assist with the endorsement of the certificates. It must be emphasized that the certificates are not accredited. They are, however, endorsed by industry, by our industry partners and associations, reinforcing the credibility and relevance of the training provided. And our partners were from the South African Institute of Civil Engineers, the South African Institute of Electrical Engineers, the National Home Builders Registration Council, the Electrical Contractors Association of South Africa, and a number of others that we also partnered with. The implementation of the program had 3 phases: a planning and program setup phase, training, delivery, and skills development, and monitoring and evaluation. The monitoring and evaluation formed an essential part of the implementation. We had a total of 40 monitors conducting regular assessments across the 71 sites to ensure compliance with safety standards, curriculum delivery, and quality of training. With regards to performance, the UYSDI has demonstrated strong relevance and dual benefits for both the participants and the schools. Visible outcomes include electrical repairs and infrastructure maintenance and refurbishment, such as painting, paving, and tiling work completed at schools that served as training sites. Young people gained practical experience while schools benefited from infrastructure improvements and maintenance and refurbishment projects. We had, during the course of the program, whilst the participants were still in the training component, one of the site managers, they managed to get from one of the sites participants to work with a company that was doing tiling. And they did that outside of the training program, but they earned some money during the course of being able to do that. The program did present some operational challenges which were dealt with speedily through the intervention measures put in place by the core team. In conclusion, it is important to highlight that we have learned lessons during the implementation of this program, which we will apply in future projects. And Premier, we would have loved to have been to show you, because we had prepared that all the sites would bring one of the areas that they excelled in to come and do an exhibition, but hopefully we'll be able to show that at a later stage. Thank you very much. So we're going to show a video now, and the video shows some of the experience, the training that has been conducted by the trainers in the different courses that were offered. And we hope that you will find it as inspiring as we did as well. So I'm hoping that they're going to put up the video.
Meet the young, driven, and unstoppable youth of our community. In the Gauteng province, a spirit of resilience and determination is igniting change. Join us as we explore the stories, challenges, and triumphs of our youth, and discover how they're working together to build a brighter future.
So, Rivera Kama Blanca, and Redira different things. Kama Blanca, yes. As you can see, from last week, actually, we were doing coffee tables. Yeah, so today, get it touch up fela, and then Radi Venisha. Then
initiative ena e good to go to the unemployment because the skill sets are the businesses, yeah, and stuff, yeah.
We started actually with hand tools before we went to power tools, and it was a great learning experience because we learned a lot of things.
For a lady, I am really thankful and grateful because this work ladies don't normally do. So I'm grateful that I can do what men can do. What we do here, we work with guillotine machines, we work with make, we work with bending machines.
Actually, what I'm doing, I'm doing this skill that is called automotive. It actually deals with cars. It deals with engines. It deals with actually major services of a car and minor services of a car.
There's not a lot of females in the automotive industry. And I was really interested in, learning more about your engines, about certain parts of cars.
I would say domestic installation course takes you through the basic home wiring stuff, like your socket outlets, your plugs, your lights, your switches, and stuff like that.
Kwamele uqinisekise ukuthi each and every machine we are using, you have to test it first before you start your project or whatever you are doing.
I was like, now I know even how to connect better and do better for myself in the house. Should anything trip or should something not work out appropriately in the house?
Okay, feeling it was much great because I've learned more of skills. Because it's like if you can the towel, building, anything about building, because I'm doing building and plastering. So now I know everything about building and plastering. I can make bricks, I can plaster, I can do paving, I can do everything. I have skills now.
At first, it was very difficult. Like, I'm not a handsy person. Manual labor is not something I usually do. But after a while, I understood the procedures and the processes that had to take place and how important it is to take your time when you're learning and to always ask for help when you're confused or you feel disheartened and discouraged that you're not doing it right, and also understanding that failing is a part of the process.
Ada career degree program selain career pada di grass cutters, home corporate di Kerava, expert, bombers and others.
And then now we're doing paving in Thailand. So it has been a very good experience, and I got a chance to learn that there's not only males who can do construction, even as females, we have the power to do so.
So we have the paints that are different, including both the water paint and the oil paint. And then I was also having to explain to them that what are the benefits of using water paint and the benefit of using oil paint.
And for me personally, I feel the course helped me in a way that it wouldn't have, because I've been struggling to find a job, and it created an opportunity in my life, like providing a skill, because normally I know skills are kind of hard to come by and you pay for skills. So I'm just glad that iSpani provided us with the foundation.
With the UYSDI program, we were told it's going to be a program that's going to empower the youth with skills, with knowledge, has empowered everybody else with skills. All those that were a part of this program, they have now necessary skills to go and start something for themselves when they come back or when the program is done. The program is a brilliant program. It keeps the youth off the street. So it is a very beneficial program. We are happy to be a part of it, and we really hope that it goes on in future.
Congratulations to the Unemployed Youth Skills Development Initiative of the province of Gauteng. Can we give a round of applause to all of you who participated? Can we give a round of applause to all of the trainers that made sure that we acquired the skills? Can we give a round of applause to all of the facilities that just opened their doors to ensure that you and I can get into that space and be able to use it? Thank you very much for all of these. I can see that we have skilled people in this room, Premier. When I acknowledged people earlier on, I forgot to acknowledge, and sometimes we take it for granted that it's because they are on duty. I did not acknowledge the law enforcement officers that are here. I want to acknowledge all of our law enforcement officers who are here, and it is our apology that I did not recognize you at that point, and thanks again for continuing to keep us safe. Now that you have seen the video, now that you have seen those that have spoken, and sometimes you might say, it's only a film. We have brought some of them here so that you can see them face to face. Yeah? But before we do that, and before you also think that all of these other industry partners are fly-by-nights, let me help me to welcome on stage the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, of the South African Institute of Electrical Engineers, Mr. Lianetse Matutwane, to come and tell us about how they collaborate. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this gentleman called the CEO. If you want to be a CEO, this is what you must look like. Mr. Matutwane, please.
You are too kind, Program Director, but we acknowledge. Thank you very much. Honorable Premier of Gauteng Province, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi. Honorable MEC for Education and Sports, Arts and Culture and Recreation, Mr. Lebogang Maile. Executive Mayor of City of Johannesburg, Mr. Dada Morero, Deputy Executive Mayor of the City of Johannesburg, Ms. Loyiso Masuku. Not forgetting the MECs that are with us also here today, the Director General of the province and the Program Director of the day, Mr. Edward Musue, CEO of Matthew Goniwe and Saibono, Mr. Mahlangu and Prof. Nzobi. You have to acknowledge your peers, by the way. Chief Directors, Directors and Deputy Director Generals. Esteemed colleagues, partners, distinguished guests, colleagues, proud families and friends, and most importantly, our graduating cohort for today, good morning. It is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you today on this Mother's Day, as we celebrate not just the culmination of determination and resilience, and a shared commitment to advancing the future of our country. That's what we're doing. The youth is the future of the country. Today marks not only a celebration of achievement, but a celebration of possibility, a significant milestone in the journey of the Unemployed Youth Skills Development Initiative program, one that reflects the power of collaboration, the importance of investment in human capital, and the enduring belief that our youth are South Africa's greatest asset. To the certificate recipients, today we celebrate you. You have not only completed a program, you have demonstrated discipline, adaptability, and a willingness to grow in a rapidly evolving technical landscape. The knowledge and skills you have acquired will extend far beyond the classroom. They will shape industries, strengthen institutions, contribute meaningfully to the socio-economic development of our nation. You are stepping into a future that demands not only technical excellence, but also ethical leadership, innovation, and accountability. And I dare to say you are ready for that. The South African Institute of Electrical Engineers is proud to have played a role in this journey. Our involvement in initiatives such as the one we are here for today, the Unemployed Youth Skills Development Initiative, is rooted in a clear and unwavering mandate to advance the practice of electrical engineering and to strengthen the ecosystem that supports it. As a voluntary association,